Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. I'm not saying that. If a guy is like, okay, so if his mom only speaks
because you know
Spanish,
this is people. I'm not gonna cut you out, but these are women talking. Because I can't wait till the guy can talk about what is it like. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and expound.
So,
go ahead.
No, if the guy's mom speaks nothing but Spanish, I think this way. If I date somebody, I mean, God forbid, like if your mom passed, okay, that's a different thing. But if your mom's still alive and I cannot have a conversation with her, and I can't bond with her, I can't be with you.
Wow.
Wait,
so if I don't speak Spanish and she only speaks Spanish, we can't communicate.
Oh, okay.
So that's a problem. That's my own personal deal. That's a problem to me. Because I want to be able, because, you know,
having a conversation
because I'm very family oriented.
Is hard.
Yeah,
when
I'm very
you
family
can't
oriented.
Have a conversation,
and I'm just keeping it real with myself.
How do you communicate with people? I
can't.
How do you feel, Miss Ace? How do you feel about that? Like that issue of being a melanated, because you melanated like me.
Yes.
And we melanated, girl.
Melanated.
Get it, girl.
We're melanated. Okay, so here's my take on. I definitely felt the energy in that scene for sure. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, I feel that. However, I think that people get too caught up.
Come on,
in my opinion, with temporary shells that we just so happen to be in for a small amount of time.
That's true.
Pause. You feel, oh girl, the black chick was a little bit too harsh?
No, I think she spoke her truth. I don't think she was too harsh. I absolutely don't think she was too harsh. I think that she spoke her truth from a very passionate and authentic place that was written for her and written from the perspective, I'm sure, from a lot of like sisters and women of color. But I think that we, and I've been talking about this a lot, is that I think that we, in this whole, with the whole patriarchy and everything, I think we get too wrapped up in the power of our skin, and we use it to not black people. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. We don't use it to the detriment of anyone else, and I think that's the problem. It's like we get caught up, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not saying that, like, dang, sometimes you look at situations like, that was interesting. I wonder how that worked out. But then it's like, oh, okay, cool. They love each other. They have something in common. They're vibing. There's love there. They have a connection there. And guess what? They're in alignment. And if you in alignment, I don't care what you look like. Let's be in alignment. Shit.
Exactly.
That's the cheat code on how to get lasting relationship and love. It's like, okay, so we're gonna let society decide what's right based on, or let our decisions be made? Are we going to continue to perpetuate society's rules that have been subconsciously placed on us with these veils of like, only see the person that you're in, only see only date people who are Mexican, only date people who are black, only date people who are white. It just all goes back into society putting these like veils on us.
So what would you say was her argument?
I think that her argument was like, I think her argument was not with, ain't had nothing, to be quite honest, ain't had shit to do with the brother.
Come on, talk to me.
It had shit to do with the brother.
It had everything to do with her?
It had everything to do with the fact that
that's cold business.
It ain't had shit to do with
but
the brother.
But that's the root of it.
It had to do with the fact that she's sitting across from a woman, a white woman, who yields her unsubconscious privilege that she pretends not to have in a society that is built to literally support her, and yet she can still continue perpetuating toxic ways of this patriotic society and still hold her tongue, even when it's belittling her fellow gender.
Wait a minute.
But she said that she was with Andre for like 8 years through community theater.
That's why. But the thing,
I mean, gotta give her some credit. That nigga wasn't making money in community theater. You make money in community theater.
That's why I said it didn't have
but
anything
at
to
the
do with him.
same time,
it had nothing to do with him.
All I'm saying is,
she was down.
When you talk about, and you're right, when you get to the root cause of it, the root cause, it ain't got nothing. First of all, it ain't got nothing to do with him. It ain't got nothing to do with her being white. Some people have a problem with seeing two other people happy.
Especially if they had the person before.
But
so,
was that
she said that she loved him too?
But was
so
that
means she was either with them, messing with them?
But
what I get,
what I get from what Miss Ace is saying is that It's not because of him. It's the fact that she overlooked the shit that's built for her. And make it seem like, we have the same playing field. When we don't.
She was able to say, okay, well, God, I was able to do this. It's like, well, yeah, you were, because you live in you operate in a society that's going to hold a little bit more grace for you than it is going to be for me.
But have you heard of white woman tears?
I've shut them down
man.
times. Yes,
they say they're the coldest thing that ever hit America. White woman tears is like, because when white women cried, oh my God.
I'm telling you, I've literally had an instance where I said, when I was having a conversation, that for the record, I did not start this conversation, because typically black women, we typically never do. We are somehow pulled into someone wanting to learn about some bullshit that they've still are learning on their own, and they don't want to do their own research, right? So I'm pulled into a conversation, and she started crying because she got upset, and one of the women sitting next to me got up, and I said, no, you sit back down, you let her cry, don't console her.
Wait, no, hold on.
Hey,
as a trauma certified counselor, that is absolutely right.
Yeah,
when you begin to hug, when you begin to identify, when you begin to say, I've been through it too,
that gives them confidence.
You take away from that person's healing.
Yeah, now you're drawing it onto you.
And you take power from the person who's having the having the experience. So you're taking the conversation that, first of all, I ain't even want to be in, but you're taking my plate, you're taking my energy that I'm bringing to the table here, and you're putting it back on this person who, yet again, is still going to continue to be supported by society. The problem is there's nothing there. If you are. The problem is there's a lot of people who don't recognize the privilege that this society is holding for them.
Absolutely.
That's the issue.
Gasmasktribe people, filter out that bull.
And that's why I said that it has, the brother is who the brother is, right? He could be dating, like I said, he could look like an avatar. It doesn't matter. It was the sister's experience. It's deep down inside. She's like, fuck, why can't I have as much grace as her? Because I'm black.
And I understand that. Now here's another fact that I was kind of found funny with that clip. She said, "Ain't nobody got time to wish upon a star for Darnell." You know what I mean?
Well,
I ain't got time to wait on him. But you got time because you got the privilege.
But
you
guess
got the
what?
patience.
That's the problem with blacks in America. We want it now. We don't want to put the effort into the commitment. We don't want to put the work in to make it work.
Well,
wait, hold on. I got evidence to back it up. I'm not going to just speak from my position.
Shit.
All right. Now, let's go. Because this is about black strong women. Marriage has been a declining institution amongst all Americans, first of all.
Right. Okay.
All Americans, right? But who does it affect the most?
Black women.
In 2016, they did a survey. Only 29% of African Americans were married compared to 48% of all America. Half or 50% of African Americans have never been married compared to 30%.
Do you know how much a wedding costs?
No, I do know. I do know. However, but wait a minute. That is on the choice of the bride and the groom as to how much the wedding costs.
How many brides out there
you can go
are
to,
like, let's pass on this
let
wedding.
me finish. So
you can go to Vegas and get it for $50.
So when I'm saying what I'm saying
Vegas
is
Taco Bell.
what I'm saying to you is we have to understand that there has to be a commitment to the effort of making things work when it comes to a relationship.
Well, yeah, and you gotta instead of being like, oh God, I don't like that in that person, I'm done here. It's like, what did they trigger in you that made you feel like, oh shoot, okay, I don't like that because they're bringing up something in me. Now it's a difference if there's like some sort of like abuse, violent situation happening. That's completely different.
Like if she got up and attacked the girl, then that'd be different.
That's different. But if it's like a situation where this person continues triggering something in you, then let's table that. Let's have a conversation about that instead of being like, I can't do it, because what you're gonna keep doing is you're gonna keep running into you.
Right.
In every relationship.
You
so you might as well deal with it.
I discovered that, and I'm kind of going off of this, but I discovered that in touring the country. That was like my way of release. Like, fuck, I just want to get the hell out of LA. Right?
Yeah.
And I would just tour the country.
Yeah.
And as a way of to like kind of get away from the problems.
Yeah.
Not knowing that ninja. When you come back, you're going to go through the same shit. You know?
So
if you don't,
they follow you.
Right. So if you don't like actually master it or hit it head on, the best thing I've ever heard was just confront it head on. You know what I mean? And just put it on the table and hash it out. You know. Yeah. So I think that's
you have to.
Personally, I just think that we need to respect who a person chooses to love. Period.
Yeah. Period.
Right.
Period.
Wait.
That's my
Okay. I'm finna bring you on another video, and this is something I brought up. I text you the video, Black Woman Conversation, and this is great. Why? Because it goes along.
Seen this one yet.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
Okay. Blase.
Oh yeah, buddy. You know me. I'm gonna throw them sidebars.
No,
Bow.
He hit us with a surprise, so we're gonna hear it just like y'all are for the first time. Let's go.
Yes. And the reason why, because I was able to hear it from a black woman's perspective, and I'm glad you said that tonight because it matched so well. It just give me another perspective. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Well, I was just pulling it up. Okay, all right. So,
because I actually was engaged to be married to a white man, to an Italian man, and we were together for 8 years. And I have not been in a relationship since. I don't know if I would actually date outside my race again. Ooh. There is only really one time that I'm against interracial dating, and that is when you're not allowed to bring your full self to the relationship. Because I was in the relationship where I did not challenge my white partner on his anti-blackness.
But how do you think about interracial dating?
I agree with Winnie. I believe that you should date who feeds your soul, but who feeds my soul is a black man. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like when I think about the trauma that black men have gone through, along with the trauma that a black woman has gone through.
Yes, feel me?
We're able to heal each other because we know each other's pain.
Hello?
We know our ancestors' pain. Black men need a black woman, and black women need a black man to help us be better. And because we know each other, we need each other to heal those wounds that were never really treated.
I got it. Okay.
So,
that was a good clip.
The reason
Bears,
why
I'm gonna give it to you. Damn.
That was a great clip.
And the reason why I thought that was so prolific because I was able to see it from two perspectives.
Yeah.
But profound, where I put myself in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I was saying like, well, maybe this is not just for women. Maybe because there's a lot of black guys like myself who are in those in between positions too, where we're kind of like, damn, I feel his perspective. Damn, I feel his perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we feel both. So I mean. What do you guys feel about that?
That's trauma bonding.
Yes.
And that is incredibly toxic
Right.
and incredibly codependent. And it is a place where I spent a lot of time.
And
7 years, I almost married him. We were trauma bound.
And this is black and black, right?
And this is for her. No, this is not just black and black. This is her statement relating to, I can only be with a black man because I know his pain.
Right.
And so we can heal each other's trauma.
Okay.
It's like,
yeah.
To only be calling that in, think about that right now. To only be like, I just really wish I could, but you just don't have enough trauma for me.
That's
and we
like-
just
So you have to have the trauma.
we can't possibly have anything in common. It's like, that is not true. I kept calling that in. So when she said that, I was like, trauma bonding.
Well, it's trauma attachment.
Right.
Meaning trauma attachment, as you said, is codependence. First of all, let me say this to you.
Bonding and attachment. They're
not
same
every
thing.
black man has a trauma.
Yeah.
We go through
Just like
experiences
not every black woman has
in
trauma.
life.
Yeah.
The same.
Meaning, for
Yeah.
example, racially profiled, being pulled over, being mistreated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's been happening for history of the black man.
Yeah.
So therefore,
so you're siding with
I am siding with Miss Ace here, saying that
that's trauma
because we've been through trauma all our life, like depression.
That's bad to get.
When
with
the
each
depression
other just
happens,
because.
black folks should never panic.
Right.
We've been in a depression all our lives.
Right.
Yep.
We should never panic.
Right.
And the reason why is because the depression has been here all our lives, and we survived everything that was ever thrown at us.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Like, I wanted to get,
I'm
because I was
curious.
really looking at, You guys, I'm so glad you said that because that's very profound. And I was really looking at you guys to see how you feel because, you know.
I have, my dating history is growing up, I dated a lot of white men. And for one of my past relationships that have been recent, I had to have one of the most uncomfortable conversations to the point where I was like, I don't ever want to do this again. I had to explain to my white partner as far as, like, because he believed that all lives matter and that he didn't see color. And he did not see me as a black woman. There was a piece of me that he refused to acknowledge, and he even had a parent who is racist that I was never going to be able to meet. And I understand that not all white men are the same, not all men are the same.
So we ignored that red flag.
Yes, we do.
Come on, Alyssa.
I do understand where she's coming from as far as not wanting to have to be with someone who doesn't understand that part of you. The few times that I have been with
that is
black
so
men,
facts. That is so facts.
The few times that I have been with the black men, there has been there's all of me felt as if I could be all of me, if that makes sense. I was like, I can be
me.
You are you.
I am me.
In this
Every shade. And it's interesting. I'm not saying that I am not capable of carrying that on to another relationship with someone that is of a different race, but it's what I have experienced. I'm like,
you know,
oh, wow, I am more comfortable and I am more myself when I am with someone who shares that peace and understands that peace. Not necessarily it being trauma, because we all have our own traumas.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, but you understand a piece of me that I don't have to explain this to you.
Yeah.
You know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I don't have to break anything down. And there is a comfort in that.
Right.
And so I get it.
Yeah.
Am I saying that I only date black men? I only date white men? No. I'm figuring it the fuck out.
Right.
Right.
But that is true. For me, I have not dated a lot of black women. And it's not because it's fucked up as it sounds.
It's not fucked up. It's your choice.
But it's no. See, that's what. Yes, it was because of there's not a lot of black women in my field of arena, like the music world. So, like when you're touring across the country, there's not a lot of black women coming to shows. You know what I mean? Like even the shows that I'm in, like I'm not in your typical hip hop club shows. Like I'm in your dive bar that fits about 300 people.
Okay.
Everybody's going crazy. You know what I mean? I'm playing live drums with, you know, an indie band or whatever. So you get a certain different crowd, and not a lot of black women are into that. There's another clip that I may have where it was a black guy. He was talking about, man, when I was younger, I was gifted with, you know, as a musician, and I would tour the country. But when I came back home, a lot of my cousins and friends, they thought I was weird. They wouldn't, like, I was considered the weird guy. I listened to weird music.
Okay.
Right? And that kind of, and I resonated with that a lot because a lot of the bands I were in were white bands.
Yeah.
I was never in a black band.
I have a question. Your significant other, did you meet her in another state, another country, and bring her back home?
No, she was here, but
it
wasn't.
But the point that I'm making is this. It was a choice. Because, wait a minute, when a black man chooses to date outside his race, and I'm saying black men because we're men.
I just thought she was a cool chick, and that's what it turned into.
Exactly. You found joy, and I'm not going to say happy because I believe two people should come together in a relationship and already be happy.
But this is the thing. I didn't grow up.
100%.
This is the thing. I didn't grow up seeing that you have to date a black woman or you have to date, you know what I mean? What I grew up seeing was it was all cool. Like, long as you treat them with respect and they treat you with respect.
Right.
And but then again, my great grandmother, you know, she kind of came off the, you know, the plantation. She was born in 1919, and I was raised during that. So a lot of her teaching was, be cool with everybody. Don't let the white man like look at you as an enemy. You know what I mean? Because she was coming off the plantation.
But you know,
but what I
safety perspective.
Exactly.
And so what I ended up turning into me touring with all these huge bands or whatever, these great, but they were mostly white, you know, country bands, hillbilly bands, rock band, a lot of rock bands, a bunch of indie hip hop bands, you know, stuff like that, which was great. It showed me so much, and it showed me a very variety of what women who women are, what they're about, what they're into. And so I kind of start seeing other things of how like you can empower women and help them out as being a dude, not being the creep. You know what I mean? Not being the guy that always saying something like to make them feel like they're not worthy.
Make them feel uncomfortable.
Right. And so I saw that. I saw that in my mother, black woman, went through so fucking much, right? I mean, from cocaine to the prostituting world to the pimping world to like, I mean, all of it. And this is a black woman. I see my sister go through so much. I see my aunties. So I'm growing up seeing black women go through things, right? And then I look at the other people who are paper bag lighter, you know what I mean? They don't, you know what I mean? They don't, it just looks like that. Now, it maybe not is in a lot of places. Like when I would go to suburbia to see a good friend over there, and his mom, black chick, run houses, run full businesses, got like, 4 kids, but she has interracial relationship. All the kids are mixed. You know what I mean? And all her dudes are like white cats, So I saw this just like, oh, just people, just being people. And those black people grew up with a certain type of group of white people. They just grew up with. So that's how I looked at it. Like it's where you grew up. If you grew up around this certain type of group, then you're going to have this perspective on life. If you grew up in this part, you're going to have this perspective. I was graced to have a kind of a huge 5-year run or 7-year run throughout the country to see how America thinks. And that fucked me up.
And I had a job right out of college where I wasn't on tour or anything like that, but I lived in a new city and state every 6 to 8 weeks in apartments. And so I saw the country. I saw
You see it.
I see it of like just people like operating and just living and like thriving. But I also saw that a lot of pain too. A lot of pain that it was easy to associate with the Black, Indigenous, people of color community, but then you also see that shit happening on the other side too. They're it's just not talked about.
Right.
So it's the whole like, we don't talk about that.
Yes.
So it's that thing too that's so dangerous to where you get into these situations where that's why I said, when you are calling someone in based solely off of related trauma, that's dangerous. It's another thing to be calling someone in because you want to be able to be your authentic self. So call in another person who can show up in their authenticity too,
now
regardless of what they look like.
So let me ask this question.
If I met a dope black woman, beautiful, wild, you know what I mean? In that case, then cool. It would have, you know what I mean? It's just that it wasn't, and that's what made me hurt a lot. Yeah. It wasn't that I was doing this amongst a lot of white people, and I was meeting majority mixed chicks or other races of chicks. It was more of like, damn, like why my people don't like this? Why my people are not into this?
Well, first and foremost, let me explain why. The answer to your why is because they haven't been exposed to it.
And exactly,
when you become privileged in certain arenas, you get exposed to things.
No, that's what I figured out. But when I would bring it back home, because it wasn't like a thing.
It's not the norm.
Right. It's like, that's some white shit. Like, what the fuck? No, we made rock music. But it was a black man that made rock music. It was a black man that made...
Look at Little Richard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, again, going all the way back, when Alyssa said how she felt a certain way. Right. When someone says, and I am guilty of saying this, but when someone says they don't see color. Yeah. It depends on your experience for me when you say that. Mm-hmm. Okay? I've had experience where I didn't like Mexicans. I had an experience where I didn't like blacks. I had an experience where I didn't like white people. But I learned to see the human being first and everything else second. Yes. So when I begin to say I don't see color, that's my perspective. But when a white person says I don't see color and he denies the fact that Alyssa is a biracial black woman, he won't identify her as a black woman because now it is a taboo. No, it's something good to do, but not to take home.
I'm finna tell y'all. I'm finna tell y'all 100%. Yes. That is so facts. You know why? Because every fucking band that I was in, they didn't see me as black. Yeah, exactly. I was doing everything that. I'm telling you, there's a cornfield in Iowa, maybe about 2 acres. I'm taking a fucking mini bike and fucking up this cornfield. I mean, just like a little white boy, just fucking up shit, right? Man, right? I'm just having a ball, and I never got in trouble. Look, the guy came on his seat like, bro, get the fuck off my crop field, man. What the fuck? I just, put seeds in. Get the fuck off of here. So we ran off like little kids and shit. You know what I mean? We on tour. We grown ass men, right? But we ran off like little kids and shit. Like, oh my God. Right? And just ran back in the house. The dude Pops owns a mansion. He's like the Secretary of State or some shit. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I was always around. When I come to the hood, it's straight ghetto, right? So I had this fucked up, like I'm gonna just stay on the road.
Well, I mean, but see, guess what? You found comfort in being on the road. It's just like me being myself the way I grew up. Now that I done got educated and I have to talk a certain way, it becomes the norm. Yeah. So when I go back to the community and I talk, and they be like, bro, you sound white. Well, what does white sound? Because I'm speaking proper English. Right. It's a lack of exposure. Yeah. It's a lack of willing to change. It's a matter of fear of change. Right. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And so when you talk about people, I've learned that whoever makes you joyful, whoever loves you unconditionally or the way you feel you want to be loved, that person that treats you the way you feel you deserve to be treated is who you should be with. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I can say how much I think that a black man should be with a black woman should be with a black man, but that's bullshit to me. I think that if I see people based on what I believe spiritually, you can be with who you want to be with.
Yeah, because we're all. I think that we get to just. That's perfect, Dr. Phil. Like I'm with you on that because it's like once we get to, I did this thing like when what happened with rest in peace our beautiful brother Elijah McClain. It's like if we could just see that we are souls first. Not to ignore the fact that our skin color is different. Right. But if we see that we are souls first, skin color second, gender, however you want to identify third, then that'll make the whole difference in how you treat each other, how the police treats us, how they'll look at you and say, "Oh, I'm talking to a soul right now. I'm not talking to a woman of color. I'm not talking to a man of color." I'm glad we're
talking about this instead of slavery.
That is in front of you. That's whatever size and color may be.
Exactly.
Yes, I like.
There is a human.
Like it's a human being.
It's a human being.
So speaking of human beings, I have another clip, and this clip.
I love how he just throw clips out there.
He
don't tell me nothing. Just I have another clip. What clip are we playing now? Biz Blase.
Greer B. It's a comedian, and he talks about human beings, white women jacking black men, right? And he's a comedian. It's all fun and jokes, but there's some realness in it. Like I always see comedy as where they're making you. Bringing humor.
Fun of the real.
There's truth
bringing
in
humor
comedy.
to the real.
There is truth in comedy.
Right, there's a lot of truth in comedy.
Oh, it's also it's
I would say what
as a comedian, yes.
Steve Harvey said. I believe it was Steve Harvey when he was doing the show. He said every joke a comedian tells is 90% factual and 10% embellished to make you laugh.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like it's the real story, but we just add the little zingers in there to keep you guys going.
Right.
So I thought this was great. I'm glad you said that, Phil, because this is exactly what that is.
All right.
Let's see if we can get this clip to come up and
then I want to get into these candles, these candle lights.
Oh, that's coming next because y'all ain't gonna have me here
the
all
I Am
night.
collection. I want to get into the story, you know what I mean? Into your story of just like, oh, you had something that you like.
Hold that thought, Biz.
Okay,
Let's
go
get the video
ahead.
going. He ready to rock and roll.
We got this video.
I'll just get it.
What don't I like? I'll tell you. I don't like walking up behind white women at night. Makes me really uncomfortable, so I cross the street. A couple nights ago, I'm walking home. I got my Beats going. I don't have no headphones. I just have Beats. And I'm walking. Uh-oh, white woman. So now I'm walking in the middle of the street. which makes it look even more creepy. Then there's the cab driver. Bah, bah. Get out of the street, brother! Like Vishnu, there are white women all over the place.
Oh my God.
Vishnu. Holy shit, get in.
And he drives me to safety. He's like, brother, when walking at night, you have to be very careful. These policemen and white women are very dangerous, brother. You have to take care of yourself, Denzel. That's not my name. My name is not Vishnu. Touche, nigga! If I was a white woman, I would rob black dudes. I walk up to black guys and be like, hi, my name is Sarah. Give me your wallet. Sarah, that's my grandmama name. Give me your wallet or I'm gonna scream. Here, Sarah. Don't need to get the cops involved. Take it. Look at some of the white women like, wow, we could actually do that. Try explaining that to a cop. Yeah, she was about this tall. She had brown hair, brown eyes. I think she did yoga.